Oh, well, okay. Hi, YouTube. How's it going? Madwitch here. It is getting cold. Tonight it's supposed to drop below 40. So, yay. Um, Last night I actually had to start a fire in my little stove here. Only reason why is because, uh, and sorry about the orientation of the screen. Let's see if I can't. Nope, I guess not. Okay, so it's gonna be vertical this time. Sorry, um, but the reason why I only had it in that is because one, it was really windy last night, and I don't have much in the way to block wind as of right now, and also because I had the fire like almost immediately outside my tent. So when you do something like that, you don't want to make a big fire if it's like right outside your tent. You don't want something really big that you can't control or get under control immediately. Also, I have my tarp going right above my tent and out a little bit more so that way I could actually keep this window open for ventilation purposes. Um, so there's that. Um, Hopefully soon here, I'm going to be changing locations and building a more permanent shelter, not just, a tent with a tarp over it. I mean, I can get this down and packed up in, I don't know, an hour, less, maybe. Um, but if I don't get uh, a place soon, or if I can't crash at, a friend's house or whatever, I will be building myself a more permanent shelter. Hopefully one with, hopefully a proper wood stove. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to, I don't know, ding with some shit and, ooh, pardon me, and just try to make a wood stove out of, I don't know, fucking maybe some shit like this. I don't know how good it'll be, but because it's just so tiny, so small. Oh, I'm so sorry. So, for those of you who don't know, I was on Hellbound Heathens channel on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Had a good conversation there. I had a lot of fun uh, going back on his channel. I've been on his channel a couple times before. Um, we also did Heathen Haven before, and I really had a lot of fun doing that. Uh, I would like to get back into stuff like that, but it's just, eh. Right now, this is as much as I can do. Hi, my viewer. Um, so tonight, it's supposed to rain. Supposed to. It was starting to drizzle on my way back. Um, I might have to do something with my firewood stack. There's a frog outside. Um, in between a lake and a swamp. So, that's always that's always good. That's another reason why I want to change my locations as well as get away from uh, get away from these two sources because mosquitoes. They are absolutely fucking horrible around here, and I thought that since the temperature drops, that they would go away. But these are Wisconsin mosquitoes. They're just as hardy and built for cold weather, I guess. So, because just as I was coming back, I was checking some stuff, trying to see if I couldn't find some more wood that's fallen, because I've been hearing a lot of falling debris lately, and I guess there's another reason why I want to move locations, because the trees that are around me right now are diseased, and this is and since it's close to the beach, really a hotbed for falling trees during bigger storms. Now I would go and get myself fresher wood, but there's not really much healthy wood except for like younger trees, and you don't want to get rid of younger trees, especially when the older trees are falling and dying. Like right outside my tent, maybe a good 50 yards away. Not even. A huge, massive tree fell during a storm, what, 2 years ago, I want to say? Yeah, like 2 years ago. And the beach I'm at now used to be about twice its size. So yeah, there's that. When I do the more permanent shelter, I'm going to try doing like clips of recording and everything, and see if I can't get to a friend's computer, or if I can't bring my laptop to the library or something, edit it all down, and make a video of me building my shelter. I would really like you guys to see that process and see what I plan on doing. It's going to be a more complex shelter than what you would normally see on other survivalist channels or bug out channels or whatever you want to call them. Only because it is supposed to be a more permanent shelter. More permanent, not permanent, more permanent. And I would like to be a little bit more comfortable for, headroom space wise, moving around. I might try to get a cot. And before you guys ask, I'm trying to sell my PC, my gaming PC. I did a video opening that up before, and just trying to sell the whole kit and caboodle. And once that's done, I can get the materials and tools I need, because my knife, the knife I decided to get when I first became homeless, is an absolute piece of garbage. It's an OST brand. I don't know, or UST, sorry. I don't know what it's supposed to stand for. There's another review on other channels about it, and it looks like I'm gonna have to rewrap this. But the paracord that came with it was this bullshit. I made a little fob out of it, keychain fob. I was bored. Absolute shitty fucking quality while it was still on the knife, because it was wrapped around the handle. While it was still on there, the core strands of it, or the guts of it, started to poke out the side of the casing of the paracord. Now, For those of you who don't know, paracord is made up of uh, nylon or polypropylene casing with nylon or polypropylene inner cores, and there's usually anywhere between 7 and I think my actual paracord, the shit I actually use, I can't find a piece of it laying around. Uh, it's nylon, so, and it is fucking amazing. But this that came with the knife was about 6 feet. I mean, yeah, you can do something with 6 feet of paracord. Not much, but something. Um, but this was just absolute fucking garbage. If it starts to tear apart on you or fray on you or whatever, and or the gut starts spilling out the side, it's not fucking worth it. The sheath is whatever. It's your common fucking what canvas case. It also comes with a flint rod, which this is a lot of things that a lot of people have problems with, and it's one of the things I was like, strongly agree. So if you see that silver, that's not the actual flint. That was me thinking that this whole thing was flint. So I tried striking it and it wouldn't go, and I'm like, well, what the fuck? And then I turned it over and I started looking it over, and now this side is the flint rod. I don't know if you guys can see that. There, let's do it like this. There we go. You see how it has that little bitty rod in there? That's the flint. That's all you get for the flint. The good thing about it though is it does spark. It sparks really well, like extremely well. So that's the only good thing about it. I would spark it in here, but I'm afraid I might catch something of mine on fire. The knife itself, made in China, like normal stuff. There's no grade of steel or any information printed on the blade, which is automatically a bad sign. If there's no grading on the blade itself, then that's a bad sign. And yeah, I'm going to have to rewrap my knife. Most likely it was stamped out and ground down by hand. Most Chinese or Chinese made knives are. Most knives today are. Even survival knives. Most aren't hardened. And this is, most likely a cheap fucking steel. It has to have a high, if I can speak, a high carbon content, because it does. Because I use this to strike against the flint. I use the back of the blade here. Sharpness wise, it's absolute fucking shit. It didn't come sharpened. It doesn't hold an edge very well. The tip bends way too fucking easily. The serrated part does its job, I guess, I suppose. Other than that, it's a really good weighted knife. Unwrapped or wrapped, I'm pretty sure you can make a great throwing knife, but otherwise, it's just, that's what you get for spending $9 on a knife. And I'm gonna have to rewrap that. The wrapping's coming undone. I didn't wrap it tight enough. I think I got another piece of paracord around here someplace I could wrap it up with. Or I could just leave it unwrapped and say fuck it. What else? So, I just ran out of food stamps. Um, it's it's really hard to survive on the amount of money they give you in a month while you're homeless. Now, if I were, at home and I actually was able to, cook more food and preserve food, uh, that money would last me throughout the whole month and maybe even a little bit more. But being homeless, not so much. I made the mistake yesterday of going to the dollar store and getting a block of cheese because I needed dairy. Like, I miss cheese. And some little Vienna sausage, a little can of Vienna sausage. And I got sick. So that was my mistake. That was on me. I shouldn't have gotten uh, meat and cheese from a fucking dollar store. One, it tasted absolutely fucking horrible, and two, a couple hours later, I got sick. So, I mean, I'm fine now, but just be careful if you are like doing what I'm doing right now. Don't go to the dollar store for your meat and dairy products. I think there's some people on the beach. Um, so yeah, those are my updates. Um, but otherwise, yeah, I'm doing good otherwise. And before these people come by, because I don't really want to deal with people right now. I hear people. Yeah, they're behind me. All right. Well, as always, blessed be.